Hello and welcome back to Votes on Me. This is a little bit of a special. We're going to be talking about the season 40 speculation going on right now. There is a good amount of the cast that has been found out by different sources, different avenues, and I'm going to be going through them with good old buddy pal Trent here. How you doing, Trent?
Yep, doing good.
Doing good as we go into these. From most of the names I'm looking at, it looks like you are going to know most of these people, but Trent is a newer challenge fan, so I will be not only explaining who these people are to you guys, but to Trent as well. So if you have any questions, feel free to fire away in the comments, or if you happen to be in a Discord call with me at this particular moment, feel free. We got the season 40 early speculation. These are just kind of aggregated from a few people that know someone on production or maybe have a inside track with a cast member, and it's kind of putting a lot of thinking caps together from all the online investigators checking social media of these people, seeing who's going to the airport and all that fun stuff. So with that, we have 11 men and 11 women that are likely to be on the cast. Comes out to a cast of 22. The cast size is projected to be at least 32. I wouldn't be surprised if they do 40 because they did a cast of 30 for season 30. It would make sense to do a cast of 40 for season 40.
40 is a huge cast.
But I could see them doing purges early on. I think they liked having a big cast for Battle of Champions. I think they kind of liked being able to bounce around. So it would be insane, but seeing that the size is at least 32, I have no idea what that comes from, but at least 32, it wouldn't surprise me. But we'll just operate under the assumption that it is 32, and there's probably 5 men and 5 women that will likely be on here that aren't listed. So these all can change, by the way, but generally, if they're under likely, they're normally on the show, as it's pretty well known for some of these people. So number one, we're going to start with the women first, and we have Michelle. Obviously, we know Michelle, aka new face of the franchise, is right. It was obvious when they went to the merging with the CBS stuff that they wanted like a big face from Survivor to make the switch over, and that's what Michelle is. She's a Survivor champ, and she has now been on Ride or Die's USA 2. And was she on World Championship? I can't remember. I don't think so. Maybe not.
I don't think she was.
So she was on Ride or Die's World or USA 2 and Battle for a New Champion. So 3 seasons in a row. This is going to be her 4th season in a row. And I don't know if she can win with this cast, because I couldn't win with the last cast. But hey, who knows? They also got Tori on here, so kind of assumed Tori would be. They're doing the home base episodes on MTV's YouTube channel right now. They're little like mini docs about the origin of like these cast members. So there was like Kara, CT, Amanda got one, and Tori is the most recent one. It seems like pretty much everyone that is getting those home base videos is also going to be on 40. Although Amanda is not on this list, so maybe not. But Tori definitely is, as well as her best friend Anissa. Going to be coming back after tearing her ACL.
Damn.
And for the people that don't keep up with these, I've seen a few Instagram posts. She's getting kind of ripped. She's coming to 40
I saw that,
in shape. Look at that. People have been clamoring for that for years. Just get in shape. She'd do pretty good if she was in shape. She's pretty good at the puzzles and everything. Just get in
I
shape.
remember in War of the Worlds, one of the one of the main ones that she struggled with was when they had to like go on. There was like they had to like crawl up like a rope and get something from the top and come back down, and she had to like keep going like vertically like up levels, and it was just like and I remember her saying yeah, this is not for me. Not built for me.
Yeah, but she's gonna be in shape this time, so I'm excited to see that. Cara Maria making her flagship return. There is a season of All Stars, which is like um, I don't think you've seen any of the All Stars series, but they're all on Paramount. They were made for Paramount. They have like full cussing and everything, so that's fire. And she apparently made her return on that. And that was filmed like a year ago, but they haven't released it. They just have that in a vault somewhere, and they're just not releasing it. I don't understand. But she's making her flagship return here. She's been off the show for about 5 or 6 years. Soft cancellation, as she maybe didn't believe all of what the what they were telling her about the vaccine, that maybe use some social media posts to talk about. We'll just not talk about it for a bit. But she's back now, as all things heal with time. Zara, who we saw on latest season of Battle for New Champion.
Yep.
A lot of people were hoping season 40 was going to be an all champ season. Obviously, 3 out of the 5 names have gone through already, not champs. So definitely not getting that, but they're at least strong competitors, and I think Zara earned it. Having to go up against Kylan and Horacio, it looked ridiculous, and they definitely adjusted things to make it possible for Nerys. If Nerys goes in that first time instead of Zara, she loses, just because of the way they set up that wall was so ridiculous. And they realized it. They changed it going forward. They, like, Colleen never would have made it up that wall if they didn't add the 5 other steps to it. So I think production really likes Zara. I think Zara really likes competing, and she could definitely win if she ever makes it to the end. She's maybe the best runner, regardless of gender, from everything we've heard. So, absolute animal. Casey, one of the few champs to win an elimination after beating Big T in a pretty close pole wrestle, is coming back. So there's another champ, Avery, who you have never seen, but she is kind of an OG. She not an OG, but she competed on the show about 10 plus years ago, and she was on, like, I believe Jordan's original season of Real World, and she's like a huge fan favorite for some reason. I don't 100% know why, but she is, and like, I like her, and I know she's on that unaired season of All Stars, so she's come back, and she's coming back here. Melinda, who's another All Stars person, she got married on the show when she was really young, got divorced, and now is back on the show. So it's just another one of those character arc people, and I'm glad she's back. Olivia making a return. It definitely seems like they're putting a lot of stock into Olivia and Horacio as characters, since they showed up in Ride or Dies, and definitely it seems like a storyline that they're wanting to continue. Yeah. And then Emily Scrum, who you haven't watched the season with, but she's regarded as one of the best women to be on the challenge. She grew up in a cult. She's like 6 foot, CrossFit chick, yoked as hell. She's never been eliminated. She has never really gotten a puzzle elimination, but she also has like 100% final rate every season she goes to. She goes to the final. So she's an animal. And then Laurel, who also is an animal. So probably the most stacked cast of women we've ever got, in terms of just like the worst women on here are Michelle and Olivia. And last season, those were like the 2 strongest women. or
Yeah.
two of the strongest women. So I'm interested to see how that plays out. Solid cast though. As we get on to the men here, 11 as well. Johnny Bananas, pretty much guaranteed. Johnny Bananas is going to be on this, going for win number 8. It would be pretty cool if he got win number 8 on season 40, but I doubt it. He gets it. Devin, who is absolutely a threat to win at this point. Dude is going to be training out of his mind going into 40, and he's a tough guy to beat when it comes to puzzles and a lot of eating. He seems to have down. He has no problem. I know he does like cold plunges. He has no problem with like jumping in the ice bath, stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. He's
So
my
he's,
favorite
he's a very
challenger.
there it is. Absolutely, he is very well rounded, and I'm glad to see him on 40 here.
Hmm.
And he's set up pretty well already. Just looking at the names, Tori and Anissa, that's like 2 votes for him already. And it'll be interesting to see where he falls with like Kara and Laurel, because I know Tori and Kara, and we saw a little bit on the reunion clip of Tori and Kara, like, why'd you block me then? What? So they have some beef. So maybe that will be a storyline here. Kyle's going to be coming back from the UK. Also someone you haven't seen, but you love Kyle. He's one of the funniest guys that's been on this show. Kylan, who absolutely deserved a callback.
Yeah.
And he's a big challenge fan. So he's going to be in this house with a bunch of like challenge legends. And I think that's pretty cool to someone that is a challenge fan to be in a house like this.
Yeah.
Probably pretty sick. Leroy is going to be coming back. He retired in Double Agents, I believe. But come on, and no one retires from the challenge. Like, stop calling it retirement. You just are taking a break. Like, but retirement does sound cooler, so fair enough.
Yeah.
Mark Long, the Godfather, is the actual OG. He's going to be the oldest contestant on a mainline challenge season. He is over 50 at this point. Dude is still yoked out of his mind, in better shape than ever. And it's going to be fun to see him with all these like younger people. Granted, most of this cast is pretty old, but he is breaking the previous record of the oldest person on the show from himself from like 8 years ago. So it's kind of one of those Tom Brady records where it's like, oh, Tom Brady's the oldest quarterback to win a Super Bowl, breaking the record set by Tom Brady 3 years prior, kind of thing. CT's coming back. Nehemiah is going to be here. He is, sure people that have watched All Stars are familiar with Nehemiah, Wes's best friend. No Wes on the cast, but Nehemiah is here. Brad, he got some brownie points showing up off the couch for Battle for a New Champion to be a mercenary in the absence of Johnny Bananas. So good for him getting that cast. And then Josh, who I like Josh. Some people hate Josh. I think he's good TV, and I'm glad that he's here for season 40. And then Tony Time making his return. It's been about 8 years so since he's been on that. So I'm excited to see a lot of those people back. That's the full cast of everyone at the moment. There's a bunch of names on Unlikely that are probably pretty sad, like no Cam for people. With Leroy, you maybe expect that. There's not going to be a Ashley Mitchell or Ashley Kay for those people. Or Jenna, she's going to be at home with the kids while Zach is... Actually, no, Zach's not on this list either. But no Wes, no Landon. And yeah, that's a lot of people still up in the air. Jordan still up in the air. I'm really hoping he's on it as my guy. I want to see him get this win, but I think he's training to be a NASCAR, or not NASCAR, but like a
F1 driver.
race car driver. Yeah, F1 driver, something like that. but if he finds the time. Also, Horacio not on this list. I'd like to see him. And Darrell isn't on this list either, but I can almost guarantee Darrell will be there because he's just been so prominently featured in so much
Yeah.
content as of recent. So I
Yeah.
think that one's pretty safe. And yeah,
Also like to
I
see
think
Michaela from the USA season 2 back on. I don't think you read her name.
She is in the unlikely. So
Okay.
unfortunately,
Okay.
but I agree. I think she is maybe one of the strongest women in terms of like in elimination that we've seen.
Yeah.
Not just physically, but the way she moves is just different. Like it's like watching her is like an it's like when you watch like just a professional athlete do something as opposed to a normal human. Her movement's so fluid, and she's a very, very good athlete. And I would have loved to see her on this. She's unlikely right now. Maybe something happens, someone drops out, and they bring her on. But I would have loved to see her. I definitely want to see her back on the show at least.
Yeah. Me too.
And other than that, I'm really upset not seeing my guy Troy. From
that was
Australia.
the other person I was going to say. Troy. We need him back.
I was really, really disappointed not seeing his name here. It's not in unlikely. It's not in up in the air. It's not in likely. No one even knows. But I guess that makes sense because a lot of this stuff is kind of aggregated by people knowing people. And if he's not connected with like the rest of the cast, and he's in Australia, right? He's not like the same kind of interconnected. So like if he got a call, he's not going to text everyone he knows saying, "Oh, I got a call to be on 40." So it would make sense
if they're bringing Casey back though. I'd like to see them bring back Troy.
Troy deserves it. Like maybe the greatest final performance of all time. That it gets slept on because unfortunately he was going up against Jordan, but he literally was carrying Casey. And they weigh like the same. If not, she weighs more, I'm pretty sure. Dude's an animal. I can't get enough of Troy. And he has good confessional bits. I know he doesn't start a bunch of drama, but he's kind of like Ed in that sense that he'll come on, say something funny at the confessional, and then just dominate a challenge. So, shout out Troy. I hope he's on it, but otherwise, I think the cast right now, it's definitely missing some big draw. The return of Kara is big and Leroy, but that's not enough to get me like, okay, this is season 40. Like, I need something. Give me some. I don't know what that is, but give me something. And we'll see what that something is as news comes out. But I appreciate everybody for watching, and we'll see you next time. We're going to be probably doing some elimination things as we get Trent caught up on his challenge lore before we get to season 40, which if it's filming in March, we probably won't get it till December. So gonna be a minute. So enjoy it on the lead up till then, and everyone have a nice day.